Hi, I'm Kennedy, and today I'm going to share my application of the health belief model to my learning of True North communication strategies. The health belief model construct I'm focusing on is called perceived susceptibility. In the context of the True North communication strategies lesson, perceived susceptibility means understanding how my own ego can interfere with productive and healthy communication and maybe even negatively impact my relationships with others. This activity requires me to reflect on my communication habits and think about situations where my ego may have negatively impacted my interactions at work, school, or in my personal life. The first reflection question is, how often does your ego interfere with productive communication? When I reflect on how often my ego interferes with productive communication, I don't see it being a huge issue in my life yet. I still can think of situations where ego interferes with productive communication, especially with people like my parents, my brothers. I think a lot of people can relate to having that ego competition with your siblings at times, especially while growing up. And so I definitely can reflect on times that has been an issue. The second reflection question is, what are the chances that ego-driven reactions have led to misunderstandings or conflicts with others? So when I think about the chances that an ego-driven reaction may have led to misunderstandings or conflicts with others in my own life, I can recall times that I've had with my family, with my parents, that I immediately wanted to cut them off, or I jumped to conclusions, or I felt like I needed to be right so badly that I did not listen to them and I did not have a productive conversation whatsoever with them. And this was not fair to the other person in this argument or conversation. And so, yeah, I definitely can recall many times where I could have worked on that. And the third reflection prompt is to identify moments where your need to be right, to win, or to control the situation affected the outcome of a conversation. So when I reflect on moments I felt the need to be right, to win, or to control the situation and how this affected the outcome of the conversation, I think about times where I disagreed with my parents and this caused them to completely shut down the possibility of listening to me because I wasn't listening to them. I was cutting them off, and I felt like their opinion didn't even matter because I felt I was right so strongly that they didn't even give it a second thought to thinking about my opinion because I wasn't listening to them. So why should they listen to me? Which completely makes sense now that I think about it. And I think that if I used more better techniques to get my point across and left ego out of it, there would have been a much better result in those conversations. So, yeah, thank you for joining me as I modeled this process, and good luck with your reflections.